Have you ever looked at someone you knew a few years ago, and thought, how did they grow so much? Maybe they became more confident, more disciplined, more successful. Meanwhile, other people from the same starting point barely changed. Same habits. Same excuses. Same life. And the strange thing is, it's usually not about talent, intelligence, or luck. Two people can start in the same place, with the same opportunities, and yet one evolves rapidly while the other stays stuck for years. So the real question is, what makes the difference? Why do some people grow fast, while others stay exactly the same? Let's talk about it. The first difference, awareness. Most people think growth starts with motivation. But it doesn't. It starts with awareness. People who grow quickly tend to ask themselves uncomfortable questions. Questions like, why am I procrastinating? Why do I keep repeating the same mistakes? What habits are holding me back? Meanwhile, people who stay the same often do the opposite. They avoid thinking about their problems. They distract themselves with social media, entertainment, or constant busyness. Because self-reflection can feel uncomfortable. But here's the truth. If you never look at your patterns, you'll keep repeating them. Growth starts the moment you stop blaming circumstances, and start examining yourself. The second difference, small changes versus big dreams. Another big reason some people grow faster is how they approach change. Many people wait for the perfect moment. They say things like, next month I'll start waking up early. Next year I'll get serious about my goals. One day I'll finally change. But that day rarely comes. People who grow quickly don't wait for huge transformations. They focus on tiny improvements. Instead of saying, I need to completely change my life, they say, today I'll improve just a little. Maybe that means reading 10 pages of a book. Working out for 15 minutes. Learning one new skill. Small actions might feel insignificant in the moment. But over time, they compound. And after a few months, those small changes create massive differences. The third difference, how they handle failure. This is one of the biggest separators. People who stay stuck often see failure as proof that something isn't for them. They try something once. Maybe twice. And if it doesn't work, they quit. They think, maybe I'm just not disciplined. Maybe I'm not talented enough. But people who grow quickly see failure completely differently. To them, failure is feedback. It's information. If something doesn't work, they don't immediately give up. They adjust. They learn. They try again. Growth is rarely a straight line. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. But the people who improve the fastest are the ones who keep moving forward even when things feel uncertain. The fourth difference, environment. Another factor most people underestimate is environment. Your environment shapes your behavior more than you realize. If you spend most of your time around people who complain, avoid challenges, and settle for comfort, eventually, that mindset becomes normal. But when you surround yourself with people who are constantly learning, improving, and pushing themselves, that energy spreads. You start thinking differently. Acting differently. Expecting more from yourself. An environment isn't just about people. It's also your digital environment. What you watch. What you read. What you consume every day. Because the ideas you expose yourself to eventually shape the person you become. The fifth difference, consistency. This is probably the simplest explanation, but also the most powerful. People who grow fast are simply more consistent. Not perfect. Not superhuman. Just consistent. They show up even on days when motivation is low. They take action even when progress feels slow. Meanwhile, many people rely completely on motivation. And motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel inspired. Other days you feel tired, distracted, or discouraged. Consistency means continuing even on the boring days. Because those boring days are actually where the real progress happens. The truth most people don't want to hear. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't stay the same because they lack potential. They stay the same because change is uncomfortable. Growth requires trying things you might fail at. Letting go of old habits. Admitting you were wrong about certain things. And that can feel scary. So many people stay inside their comfort zone. It feels safe. But over time, comfort quietly turns into stagnation. So if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. The difference between people who grow fast and those who stay the same isn't talent. It's a combination of awareness, small actions, resilience, environment, and consistency. Tiny decisions repeated every day. And the good news is, none of these things require a perfect moment to start. You can start today. Tonight, take 5 minutes and ask yourself one honest question. What is one small change I can make tomorrow? Not 10 changes. Just one. Because growth doesn't happen overnight. But if you keep moving forward, even slowly, your future self will thank you for it. And if you're on this journey of improving your life, just remember. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to keep going. Let's improve together.